Pastor Myers here, and today I'm going to be starting my 12 Days to Be Thankful For review series. Now, what that is that it's kind of like my 31 Days of Halloween review series, where I go in and every day throughout the month of October, up until Halloween, review a horror movie. This time it's going to be kind of like that, except instead of 31 days, it's 12 days, and this is going to lead to Thanksgiving. So, I'm going to be reviewing kind of like Thanksgiving-themed horror movies almost, or things that I could kind of put around there, so... And today I am going to be reviewing The Menu from 2022.
Welcome to Hawthorne.
He's not just a chef, he's a storyteller.
They have to be here with us, or with them.
This is real, isn't it?
This entire evening has been painstakingly planned.
The Menu stars Ralph Fiennes, Anna Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult, Hung Chow, Janet McTeer, Judith Light, and is directed by Mark Mylod. The plot of The Menu is that a young couple portrayed by Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicholas Hoult travels to an exclusive island restaurant where the chef, played by Ralph Fiennes, has prepared a pricely, lavish menu, but it soon becomes clear that the dinner guests are about to be served some shocking surprises. Now, before I get on with the rest of the review, I would like to say is that this is a first-time watch for me. I've never seen The Menu. I've heard about it, though. I've heard some really good things about The Menu. So, I saw it on Prime Video. In fact, it's leaving Prime Video as the day of recording. It's got like 30 hours left until it's, bye-bye on Prime. So, I watched it, and here are my thoughts on The Menu. I would say, visually, the film is really good. Like, the cinematography is really good, the lighting, the atmosphere, all that different stuff is really good. And speaking of with the atmosphere, I think what adds to atmosphere is there's some level of uneasiness sprinkled throughout the film, and you don't necessarily know why you're kind of feeling uneasy until you get further into the film. And there's something kind of slightly off about everything, and that's where the uneasy comes into play in the movie. And honestly, I thought that was done phenomenally. Also, too, I think another thing I like to give praise is the actors. I think all the actors do incredibly well. Ralph Fiennes, who plays the chef, the head chef, the sous chef, the head chef, or I think it's referred to in the proper terms, a sous chef, does incredibly well. Honestly, the last time I saw Ralph Fiennes in anything was as Voldemort in the Harry Potter franchise. And this is the first time I've seen him in anything since then. He's definitely a bit more subtle in this role than he was as Voldemort, but he's still overall a great antagonist in this movie. Also, too, Anya Taylor-Joy as the main lead. She is the main lead. She gives a phenomenal performance as well. I've only seen her in a few things. The last time I saw her in anything was she voiced Princess Peach in the Super Mario Bros. Movie that came out recently. That was the last thing I've seen of her, but she's really good in this. Also, too, Nicholas Hoult, who plays, her boyfriend in the movie, he's really good in this, too. And the last time I seen him in anything was in the movie Renfield, where he played the title character, Renfield. I so far like him as an actor, too, from the couple of movies I've seen him in. Again, it was, I didn't even know Nicholas Hoult was in this movie, and then when I saw, wait a minute, that's Nicholas Hoult? And it's I was kind of surprised by that, and I thought that was, really nice seeing him. I thought it was really nice to see him in this, too. So, again, incredible actors. Honestly, I don't think there's a single bad actor in this movie. All the performances, I think there's definitely some more outstanding performances in this movie, because there's actors that get to shine more. The two that shine the most, in my opinion, is Ralph Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy, because they get the most screen time out of any of the characters here. Also, too, it's just that this is a very suspenseful movie than I honestly thought it was going to be. It's very suspense-driven, and not a lot of gore. I was actually kind of suspecting a lot more gore in this movie, But no, there's, like, sure, there's might be a couple seconds of gore or something like that, but it's not an incredibly gory movie. If you're somebody who is very much, like queasy about gore, you won't have a problem with watching The Menu. You really wouldn't. Also, too, the music. A lot of times there's no music in this film, and I was actually, again, never feeling surprised by it, and I think that was a very, like, awesome move on, like, the filmmaker's part of it. And any music that does pop up, sometimes there might be some subtle kind of, like, eerie music, and then there's just kind of, like, what I would like to call kind of, like, classy restaurant music, you know, like orchestra and stuff like that. Again, and sometimes they would have an undertone of kind of like the eerie music with it. Again, really good. Really like the score to The Menu. So, bravo to the composer. But I also liked it when it wasn't doing any kind of score. I thought that made it, you know, like, just very, I just love that. Also, too, there's some things in regards to dialogue here. Now, one of the things I really appreciate about this movie is that when you see the characters in that, and kind of, like, it kind of goes and shows cases, like, different characters in that, eating at the dinner tables and stuff like that, and they're all having their own set of conversations while the other characters per dining table are, that is a very realistic thing to be shown, because that's what happens when you're in a restaurant, you know? You're going to have one group having their own conversation, and then so on and so forth. So I thought that was, again, really nice attention to detail with that. And again, that's just very realistic. There's, like, it's not going to be silence and then just a couple people talking and that. You're going to get tons of, especially if it's a packed restaurant or something like that, you're going to get tons of conversation in that. From different, like, tables and different, like, groups of people who are there eating. And also, too, I would like to give props to the people who, like, who coordinated how the food in this movie is going to look. Because, honestly, like, I've never seen food like that. I've never. And some of it did look good, and some, like, the way they presented it on screen looked very appetizing. It looked very, you know, just very classy. So, if that was of course that was the thing they wanted to go for, and I think they did a great job. Also, too, speaking about realism in regards to stuff, like, the coordination in regards to, like the directing of these actors, like the chef and the, you know, cooks and everything like that, it's just like you see in these types of kitchens and that, these types of high-class restaurants and that, and I think they did a really good job of capturing that. With a bit of a dark edge to it. Kind of like dark edge, uneasiness, you know. Also, too, the pacing of the movie is really good. This film clocks in at an hour and 47 minutes, and it just feels like that. It's like under an hour, you could, you know, definitely get through this movie for sure. And also, too, without spoiling the movie, there are some things that I was like, because there's some twists and turns that happen, and I was just like trying to piece together what is going on here, and I was even surprised by what was going on here, but I did have some suspicions of stuff, because I was like, okay, like, as the movie went on and on, I'm like trying to piece together what is going on, and what is going to be revealed, what is going to be, you know, all this different stuff, and there's some times where I was like, again, yes, I kind of expected it, but at the same time, too, there were other times I was like, wow, just surprised by. So, there are some good twists in this movie. And also for me, I really got nothing I really hate about this movie. I think, it's just good. It's just good. So, let's move on to my rating. And with that said, I'm going to give The Menu a 5 out of 5 stars. Honestly, this is another really solid horror movie. It's supposed to be horror comedy, but I felt like there were some moments of comedy in the film. But it mostly, to me, was more horror than it was comedy. But I would say it was more of a drama horror, actually, like drama, thriller, horror kind of thing than it was a comedy. But there were some moments of comedy, and the little bits that they threw in there was pretty good and pretty funny. But also, but overall, you get some amazing performances in here. You get, like, really great mood and atmosphere. You get a lot of great cinematography in here. You get great music in here. You got star-studded cast. You got... Just overall, the movie is really good. I would highly recommend it. And I feel like it's a really good movie to watch. Like, if you're in the mood for a horror movie around Thanksgiving time, The Menu is definitely one I would recommend. So that's it for this review. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.